That old 401k, the one from Fidelity or Empower you left behind years ago. Still legally yours, still sitting forgotten. For free searches, find it, from your inbox to one government filing nobody checks, and one tax trap can cost you thousands the moment you do. Why does retirement money get lost at all? Because your old employer never actually held it. By law, 401k funds sit with a third-party custodian, and when companies merge, that relationship changes hands, sometimes several times, until the paper trail looks like a family tree. You are not careless, the system genuinely moves things. One commission study estimates tens of millions of forgotten accounts nationally, holding over $1 trillion combined. And small balances get handled without your signature. By one advisor's rule of thumb, a balance near 7,000 tends to stay put. 1 to 7,000 often gets force-rolled into an IRA in your name, and under 1,000 may have been mailed to an old address as a check. Different destinations, same truth. Still your money, every destination searchable. Search one costs nothing but memory. Dig through your old email for the words 401k, retirement, or the big plan provider names. Fidelity, Empower, Vanguard, Voya. Old open enrollment emails usually name your exact plan, and that single name can end the search in 5 minutes. If the inbox is empty, write a list of every employer you have ever had, yes, all of them, and call each HR department directly to ask which company administers their retirement plan. Even when a business closed, the plan records usually survive somewhere, and this direct route is faster than any database when it works. Search 2, the National Registry of Unclaimed Retirement Benefits, free to search and built for exactly this problem. One detail worth knowing so the results make sense. It is operated by a private company as a public-facing service, and a match does not hand you money, it hands you the contact information of the record keeper actually holding your funds. That is the win condition here. A name and a phone number, and then you call them directly with your identification ready. Search your name, and if your name has changed since that job, search the old name too. The database only knows who you were when the account was opened. 2 minutes, genuinely. Search 3, the government trail, and this is the one almost nobody uses. The Department of Labor runs an abandoned plan search for 401k plans whose sponsoring company went under. And here is the power move. Every regulated retirement plan files a public document called Form 5500 every year, and lookup tools like FreeERISA let you search those filings by company name. That filing names the plan and its administrator, so even when HR is gone, the phone number you need sits in a public record. If your old company vanished, was acquired twice, and nobody answers, the Form 5500 trail reconstructs where the money went. A few more minutes than the registry, and it reaches places the registry cannot. Search 4 casts the widest net. Every state runs an unclaimed property database, and the aggregator at unclaimed.org lets you reach them all. The key is checking every state you have ever lived or worked in, not just where you are now, because the money reports to the state where the trail went cold. Remember that small balance check mailed to an old address? This is where it usually ends up. And one more database. The Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation tracks unclaimed old-style pensions. Tens of thousands of people reportedly have one waiting. Those plans were far more common decades ago, which makes this the search worth running for a parent or grandparent's name too. Families have found real money that way. Quick recap. Inbox and provider names first, direct HR calls second, the National Registry third, then the government trail for everything the easy paths missed. Now 3 tricks none of these videos mention. Names. Every database searches the name on the account, so run every name you have ever legally had. Family. An heir can claim a deceased parent's retirement account. The search steps are identical. The claiming step needs estate documentation and, ideally, a professional. Stonewalling. If a custodian confirms nothing and records seem lost, the Department of Labor assists participants and takes complaints. That escalation path exists precisely for cases where a company shrugs. Paid finder services exist too, typically earning a fee off where your money lands. Everything they search, you just searched free. Now the moment this was all for, you found an account. Take a second, that is real money you recovered. Then dodge the trap at the finish line. You generally have 2 clean moves: roll it into your current employer's plan or into an IRA, and 1 wrong move: letting anyone mail you a personal check. A check to you triggers mandatory 20% federal withholding. In one caller's real numbers, an $85,000 balance arrived as roughly $68,000, and finishing a tax-free rollover then means covering the withheld difference out of pocket within the deadline window. The fix is 2 words: direct transfer, custodian to custodian. No check, no withholding, full balance moved. No regulation forces you to hurry, But delay is exactly how this account got lost the first time. Set up the transfer the week you find it. One more sweep before you close the tabs, because the 401k has cousins. If you ever worked for a school, hospital, nonprofit, or government office, the same forgotten money problem applies to 403b and 457 plans, and the same searches find them. Old health savings accounts and employer stock plans get left behind the same way. Ask about them while you have HR on the phone. And a timing note nobody flags. Retirement accounts carry required minimum distributions after a certain age, so if you discover a forgotten account later in life, past that age, talk to a tax professional promptly about the withdrawal rules. None of this changes the playbook, it just widens the net, usually 5 extra minutes on calls you were already making. Last step, make this the only time you ever do this. Before you leave any job, write down 3 things: the plan provider's name, your account number, and the balance, 1 page or 1 note on your phone, listing every retirement account you have ever opened. That single habit deletes this entire video from your future, and rolling each old account over as part of your leaving a job checklist deletes it twice. This video is educational only, not personalized financial or tax advice for your specific situation. So for big balances and edge cases, bring in a professional. If the search turns something up, congratulations, genuinely. The next video covers exactly what to do with a rollover once it lands. See you there.